Your social media handle, OLIN_P.
Yeah, Olin Pate is the oldest person I can trace back in my family history.
Ah, that's cool.
Nice.
Born in Ireland.
BC, tell me when we're rolling. We're good. All right.
Yeah.
Welcome, everyone, to Columbia's hottest and fastest growing podcast. We got a special treat today by popular demand. We've had him requested by multiple people. Most of them are staff. Brittany Queen over and over again. His name is Nick, and you are one of the most famous bartenders in Columbia, I would say.
Apparently.
If you go to COA almost any day of the week, COA, you're going to see him there. If you want to follow him on social media, his handle is Olin, OLIN_P. You can check him out there. And I mean, you got all kinds of stuff going on too.
Yeah. Besides COA, I'll be dancing. I'm commissioner for the music festival in Columbia, so we have a lot of events coming up. I have a performance coming up, and yeah, COA's booming. We're getting ready for the spring.
Is it
Sweet.
hip hop?
What kind of
Hip
dance
hop,
are you doing?
ballet. I'm a ballet
Oh,
and tap
really?
dancer. Yeah, ballet and tap. I teach tap. I have about 40 or so students, from 3 to 18, and ballet. We're going to be doing a Midsummer's Night Stream on April 28th at Township. So,
All right. How do people get tickets for that?
you can check out Ann Brody's Carolina Ballet, or Township themselves. Just go to Township, and they should have the tickets
Have it all
available.
there. Cool.
Yeah,
So tell us then, you told us you've been 4 years bartending.
4 years bartending.
You know all kinds of tricks.
Slightly. I don't like to use all of them, you know.
You'd like to save
As long
some
as you
for
get,
special nights.
yeah, as long as you get a good drink, that's what's most important.
Well, all right, give us some tips on that. Tell us how you got into it and why you're so either good at it or passionate about it.
Super passionate about it. So danced for a few years, got out of that, got into restaurants. I was general manager of Chipotle before for about a year.
Ooh, which one?
So I bounced around all the Chipotles.
Oh,
Like
really?
you've seen me at Vista, you've seen me at Forest Acres, like over here.
Yep.
Garner's Ferry when they first opened.
Mhm.
Very little bit on Harrison, but yeah, I moved around a lot. The store I was opening was in Augusta.
Hmm.
So
And you say so if I said it Chipotle,
Chipotle.
Chipotle?
Yes, there you go.
Ah.
It's not Chipotle. A lot of
He
people.
does say that too.
Sometimes I say that too. I think it's spelled wrong.
Well, yeah, well,
It's spelled wrong for how it's pronounced.
sure.
In
It's
my-
mostly
in my
slight
opinion.
Spanish, so you got Chipotle.
Is that where it is? Maybe
Yeah.
my Spanish vibe.
Mhm. Yeah,
Uh,
but did that, left there.
because
Because it was just crazy workhorse. They needed me. They were going to fire managing staff, have me take over, train managing while being general manager, and it was a bit much
Yeah.
for my well-being. So passing every day, I was at the Vista at the time. I saw this sign saying now, like opening soon, Coa Galleria. I was like, I sent them an email, sent them my resume, rode up on a scooter. If you can ask them, I rode up on a scooter.
a powered scooter or
No.
like one of those ones where it's just one foot on it?
Parked at Chipotle and rode up the street on a scooter. They gave me a tour of the place, and they're just like, "So you want to do front of the house or back of the house?" And I was like, "Oh," and they're like, "Oh yeah, you got the job. Like your resume was like, no, you're in." So
Sweet.
yeah, first person hired at Coa.
Wow.
So I've been there for 5 years.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun.
And did you know how to bartend?
Not at all. So when they hired me, I was going to be the head host, just managing people up
Yep.
the front. They have another restaurant in Camden, Salute. I'm sure you've heard of Salute.
Mhm.
I trained there, learned serving and everything because I've never been in a like family-oriented restaurant. It's always been like fast food. So learned to serve, was good at serving, opened the restaurant, started off head server. That was good. Then I was like, actually, I kind of want to bartend. Your drinks are really good, you know? So little bit by little bit, I got behind the bar. And then once I was back there, it was just been full force since.
Yeah.
It's been nice.
And Coa's like a nicer scene. So I was wondering, like, do you see a lot of crazy people rolling in there? Is it more upscale? Like, what kind of customer are you accustomed to?
I don't like to put like a mark on there because there is no certain level.
Yeah,
It could be
it's good
anybody.
variety.
It's a really wide variety. It is a nice place to come and chill. You do usually have your people that like to come in, relax, and unwind with a good cocktail, good food. Um, we don't have a lot of college students, though they rule the city. We don't get a
Right.
lot of college students. Um, we have people that are pre-gaming, going out sometimes. Um, we have some pretty fancy dates,
Yeah, my first date was at Koa.
Really
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
We did have someone have their first date there, and they proposed there. And
Wow.
that was a day.
On the same night?
No, no,
Oh,
it was like
different.
2 years after they came the first, because they came when we first opened, so like 2018, and then like right before COVID hit, they came back in and proposed. It was
Wow,
cool.
that is cool.
Yeah.
And then when people come in, what's like the go-to drink? Is it just always a margarita there? Or what's the
No, I have like 3 questions I love to ask people to figure it out.
Yep.
Because margaritas, they're amazing. We get
Yeah,
great
yeah.
margaritas. I personally don't care for a margarita.
No way.
Yeah, you won't see me drinking a Coa margarita often. I like to ask if you like something more sweet, more refreshing. Do you like a little spice? Do you want something smoky? Because that's going to determine pretty much anything on the
Yeah, I was
drinks.
wondering. So you, as a bartender, do you like when somebody doesn't necessarily know their drink, or is that frustrating?
Yes.
You do like it.
Yes,
Okay,
I
good.
do enjoy that because that's a learning experience. And I tell people all the time, like when we're busy on a Friday night and you
Yeah.
don't know, it's easier for me to ask you what you like, and then we can go from there versus you wanting to know what chartreuse is and what flavor
Right,
this is.
explaining
And
everything.
yeah, because
Okay.
it's a lot going on. And then also, I want you to have the best drink for you.
Yep.
I don't want you to come in and be like, oh, everyone's drinking the milk con chile, and you get it and you hate sweet drinks.
Yeah.
Like that's the worst thing for me.
Mhm.
So what else were the questions? I'm sorry that I cut you off.
Oh, you're good. No, it's just those 3. I literally just asked those 3 questions. From there, if there's like maybe more than one option, I'll ask your favorite color or something silly.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah, just to
That's
make it a little
nice.
personal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, as you're rattling off all the names of these drinks, to think that you didn't know any of this a few years ago,
Yeah.
where did you start? Like, what was the first drink that you made? Do you remember that?
It was the Coa margarita.
Was it?
Yeah, it was the Coa margaritas, the first drink. Even the bartenders after, that's the first drink you learn.
Yeah.
Because I think, what was it, last year we made like 20,000 of them. Like you're gonna
Wow.
make margaritas.
Yeah.
Wow.
After that, it's going to the simple pica fresas, the serenadas. Step out a little bit, but everything how they have this set up. Literally, we have the best bosses. They took so much planning into setting up this bar. It is one of the best bars to bartend in Colombia.
Nice.
Everything's right there at easy access. You don't have to run around. It's precise. So, and a lot of the drinks are similar. So once you learn one, you kind of have the basics for everything else. And also with the ingredients, like you use only so much chartreuse here because it's the flavor profile of chartreuse. And so that's why we
Yeah.
all can tweak cocktails now behind the bar. Let's say if you like the pica fresa, but you don't necessarily like chartreuse or you don't like the spice in it, we can tweak it a smidge because we understand the ingredients in it.
Right.
So it's fun.
How much time behind the scenes are you guys mixing stuff and messing with new stuff?
Let's say on an average, we are there 2 hours before we open.
Just slugging down cocktails?
Nah, everything we have is made
Getting
in house.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we got to make all the syrups. We have to make sure everything is prepped well, everything's stocked. So it takes
Wow.
about 2 hours for us to get everything set up. Unless it's like Cinco de Mayo, then we'll be there at 9, 10 in the morning,
Jeez.
getting ready for that.
How late are you guys typically open? Aren't you guys don't stay open too late, right?
No, we don't. We are open on Mondays now. I keep forgetting that.
Nice.
So Mondays through Thursdays it's to 10. On Friday and Saturday we're open to 11. That's the kitchen. The bar is kind of to volume, so I think the latest we've been open is 1 because I think it was after a concert and we were about to close, but like 10:30 a flood of people came in. Kitchen closed, but the bar we just kind of kept
You
going.
said keep it rolling.
Yeah, you lose track of time too. It's
Yeah.
like
I would imagine. And even just when I'm thinking of all the moves that you can do, and like you throw things up in the air and you light things on fire,
oh
I'm-
yeah, the fire we do.
I'm sure there's a brand new person coming in. It would be intimidating. I would
Yeah.
not want to be mixing a drink beside you,
You
and everybody would be
rarely
like,
do.
"Oh, that guy sucks. I want to go by Nick."
Yeah, you rarely do. just because we all have our different personalities back there. I like space. I can be a bit of control freak. When I'm working next to somebody, I get a little like I'd rather be on the down low. Which you'll see me sometimes. You'll see me in the server well, just cranking out drinks, having a chill time. But I'm either showy or chill. Some people like to have that co-op in the middle, which is fun. I do it maybe on a Wednesday. Tonight I might co-op, but not on the weekend.
Yeah, how do you decide that? You roll in and you're like, I'm feeling
Energy.
fiery tonight.
I'm feeling fiery tonight. Yeah, and
Oh.
usually like I have my corner, and they all know I have my corner. There's only like a few of us that take that corner because it is high intensity on the weekends when you're having to deal with keeping dishes going, beer tickets, regular
Yeah.
tickets, and everybody waiting.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I love the fast pace.
Yeah.
And then what's so for people that have home bars, what are like things that they should just have on hand? What are things that we could like build and know that if we're throwing a party, this is kind of like the go-to liquors, mixers to make a good variety of drinks?
So let's go tequila base. You can't go wrong with fresh squeezed lime juice, grapefruit,
Yep.
even pineapple. Ranch waters are super popular and they're super easy to make. Another one is palomas.
Yeah.
Also super easy to make, and you can tweak how sweet you like it. You can also play around with random fruits that you like. Let's say the strawberry margarita. That's simple. Just puree some strawberry. I would say sweeten everything with agave or honey. Stay as natural as possible because that's what gives people hangovers.
It's like the
all the sugar
artificial
in the mix.
stuff. Yeah.
So it might be different. It's going to taste different from ours. Everyone's going to get different brand of things.
Yeah.
But that is the easy go-to. A good tequila doesn't have additives. That's what we're working on a lot at Koa. A lot of our tequilas and mezcals don't have additives.
Do they list that? I was wondering about that. Like, how do you know that?
You will see artisanal, and that's pretty much it right now.
Like, if you went to the liquor store, you couldn't spin the bottle and see like this has blue 40 in it or whatever.
Yeah, it's going to be it's got to be 1%, less than 1% of the volume that they add. And it can only be like sugars, spices, and herbs. There's 5. I can list all of them, but it's simple things. But to get a good tequila that's no additives it's getting easier to find, but you just have to look up the brand.
Yeah, what brand? That's what I'm curious. Like, is there 2 brands that I should just have on hand at my house?
2 brands to have on your house? I'd say
Casa Azul.
Patron.
Okay, so no Patron. Let's go
Is
reverse.
Patron out now?
But so Patron is a high volume tequila. They just mass produce it and they ship it out. It's not by any means local, small, or whatnot. It's like a high manufacturer. Fun story with that. The original recipe to that is actually Siete Leguas. So if you see a bottle of Siete Leguas, so it'll have a 7 and a horse on it. That is the original recipe to Patron.
Really?
Yeah. That's going to be it's going to taste way better. It's one of our bartender's favorites. It's going to taste way better and easy to find. Our Pueblo, I don't think has any, maybe some sugar, but Pueblo Viejo is a good house. Luna Azul is a good house. It's just, those are more natural tequilas.
Yeah.
That's not going to be, you're not going to run out of it, and you can surprise somebody by not having Casamigos.
Would you? Yeah, I was wondering Casamigos, Casa Azul. Are there certain tequilas you just wouldn't mix? You'd be like, no, don't.
Clase Azul Reposado, would not put into a cocktail.
Just on ice.
No, not even on ice.
Oh, really?
Honestly, yeah. When you start putting things on ice, you are going to water it down, and you're going to lose a lot of the profile. Not saying if you like it like that, definitely do it. But
Right.
If you're not chilling it in your fridge or whatnot, it's going to get watered down, and you're going to lose a lot of flavor. Clase Azul Reposado is one of our most popular. It does have additives though, because it does have sugar and vanilla, so that's what gives it its special taste. But since it's so special and has such a distinct taste, I wouldn't put that in a cocktail because you're going to lose it. It's going to be a really, really good margarita, but it's not worth the price of the tequila that you're putting in there. Don Julio's, Herraduras, those are good. You're going to find those a lot of places. G4 is one of my favorites, as is Tequila Ocho. And Tequila Ocho last year was the #1 tequila in the world. So,
Really?
yeah, you can have that in your house and show it off and be like, this is the #1 tequila voted by
Boom.
the Bar Association. Let's see. There's so many of them. There's like, I've been typing out the new list to update it, and we are like 290.
Wow. So,
Yeah.
but so for like, if for the home bar, you would have like 2 of those
If you
or like 3, like you'd have a higher end one that you're mixing drinks with, maybe one that,
tequila, I would have one that I'm mixing drinks with, and
Okay.
one that you like the taste of.
Yep.
Just so you can sip on.
Yep.
You know, have that with a soda or something.
and then you said as far as like things to mix with, of course, limes. Is there
Mhm.
certain salts that you recommend or?
You can do a normal margarita salt if you like. I'm not big on salt on my cocktails. Only
Really?
in the Paloma. Only on the Paloma
Mm.
do I like salt. But tahini, I love tahini. You can get crazy with the spices.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of different salts out there. We have worm salt. We have 3 different types of worm salt. They all have different flavors, so you can play with it. It's not any rule that you have to have salt on a margarita.
Right.
Thus,
Really?
everyone
I
else,
thought that was a rule.
well, not necessarily.
Yeah.
I mean,
I sometimes like it inside the margarita.
exactly. Like I
Yeah.
like Palomas with a little pinch of salt in
Inside,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. When you're at your house, I like to say you can break the rules because this is your personality and your things. I mean, if you want sugar in all your margaritas, go for it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna come judge you. I just won't drink it. That's simple as that.
Well, so when you're drinking, and I'm curious about that, when you're drinking a lot, or
Oh.
not, maybe not you personally, but how many
I drink
drinks?
a lot.
Yeah, like because I picture people wanting to buy you drinks, people
Mhm.
wanting to take shots with you,
Yep.
you're wanting to taste everything, and you're in there all the time, and it's right there. So I'm curious if you have like a number that you will have in a night, or
Just let it flow.
if you just let feel whatever feels right.
I counted one night, and I definitely took more than 14 tequila shots.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But,
Still
like-
operational too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then, like, Matt, the other head bartender there. We've been doing this for so many years. Like a few tequilas, you're fine.
It's like a
And-
warm up for you.
Yeah, kind of. And we
Just
do.
gotta
It's like
stretch.
it takes an hour for your body to process the alcohol, so we might have like 2, 3 in an hour, with the hour off, and then
Yeah.
so it takes time. So we're not like sloshed.
But you like it when people then buy you drinks.
It's
Yeah.
nice. Well, shot. If you get a
Buy a
shot, let's
shot.
have a shot. Let's
Yeah.
let's enjoy our time. Like if you get me a cocktail, try to get to it. Try to finish it. I might not. I might make it at the end of the night, but yeah. I'll take a shot. We'll take a shot together, or I'll sip on one. A mezcal. I love mezcals, so you can get me a mezcal, and I'll be
Mezcal.
chilling.
All right.
Yeah.
Noted for everyone coming in.
Yeah,
And then
14's a lot.
that's a
though.
lot.
I don't think I'd be able to.
they're probably not
Do
all
anything.
full either. So
You pour yourself a little less. Yeah.
yeah,
Smart.
I
Yeah,
mean, it's a
Randall's
long
soft.
shift.
This
It's a
guy-
long-
Yeah, I wouldn't be throwing things or starting fires after 3.
Oh, okay, so there you go. That's good. We can handle
I have
3.
my limit.
Also, like 4 to 11 on a weekend.
4
Like,
to
I'm
11
seeing a
are-
lot of people. So
That's true. And I don't ever really think of buying bartender shots because I think like they probably get this so much that they're sick of it. Or I used to see how especially female bartenders would pretend to have it, or they'd pour
Mhm.
water in their own or whatever.
oh yeah, we have.
And then you're like, wait, I just paid.
They have their ways. I have one that she will take part of it and save the rest. She'll take part with you, save the rest, and then take it a little bit later.
Yeah.
Just so
Oh.
you know, that's
I've
how we
seen
did
the
our-
like take the shot, put it in your mouth, and like swig a beer, but really spit it back in the beer. You seen that move?
No.
Yes.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So you take it, put it
What?
in your mouth, and like to chase it, you have an empty beer bottle and you spit it back in there.
Oh,
I
gotcha.
think that might be from Coyote Ugly, actually.
Yeah.
Good movie.
But you can
Can't
handle
drink a beer.
14, but the average person can't handle 14 shots in a night.
Yeah. No. I'm not saying I'm like the brightest afterwards either, but all I got to do is clean at that point.
Now,
Hopefully.
at what point are you busting out any dance moves?
So you will frequently see me sliding across the bar and spinning.
Really?
Especially if it's a busy Friday night, I love to run from one side to the other, just sliding. I will slide up and greet you at some points. So
Do you ever bring your tap shoes?
I do. So that has
Wow.
happened. Usually like on a night like tonight, like I'm gonna go in and set up, and then I have to go teach really quick, and then I'll come back, and I usually come back in my tap shoes, and I'll have my tap shoes on
Hit
behind
a
the
little
bar for a little
number.
bit,
Yeah.
just to surprise people, mess with them.
Yeah.
Like, what's that noise? Are you wearing tap shoes? I'm like, yeah. So yeah, you'll see me bust out some moves. If it's a slow night, I might, pull out a ballet variation for you. I've had to make a cocktail on releve, which is when you're on your toes on one foot balancing, making a cocktail for a
Really?
guy. Yeah.
That was a
He-
special request.
It was a special request. He was
Nice.
like, if you're a dancer and you have all this balance, let me see if you can make a drink while standing on one foot. And I was like, sure.
Here we go.
Yeah, I made it.
You get all kinds of requests like that, I'm sure.
Oh, we get it. Yeah.
What else? Walk me through some of your
You ever
most
been
unique
shirtless?
requests.
Yeah. Anybody say, can you serve this shirtless?
Okay, so no, not shirtless. I have been asked to take them home.
Really?
Yeah, go home. I can go, like, if I can, when I get off, can I
Oh,
go
like-
ahead and leave? Can we go can we go back to my place? Or upstairs to the hotel room. I've been left a lot of hotel room numbers.
No way.
Yeah, that's
I see. That doesn't surprise me. I picture that happening.
How often is that?
nightly.
Is that like a pretty, is that pretty like once a week at least?
no, not once a week. No, this is special occasions. Let's say it's a crazy thing happening in the city, and then, like, of course, someone's gonna like slide you. It's a
Here's a
random
key, yeah.
thing. Yeah, kind of happens for everybody. We kind of see at the end of the night who got left numbers or
Yeah.
who got to, like,
It's competition.
Sometimes depends on our mood.
What's the move to get bartenders and waitresses to act on those? Is there anything
Yeah,
that,
that's good.
To get us to go
that our
out
listeners, yeah, that our
afterwards?
listeners could actually
Okay.
like what's worked? let's
What's
say.
worked? Find a place that we're definitely going to go to after work. That's number
Oh,
one.
that's good.
Don't freak us out.
Don't do weird stuff.
Don't do weird stuff. Keep it super casual. Want to hang out after work or, at some point. If you leave a number, then that would, like, most likely to reply. We'll be honest with you. We're all friends. So the person replying might not be that exact person at first. Yeah, make sure we're going somewhere, be chill, and go somewhere we like to go. That's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any have you had good pickup lines, or even just listening to other people like pick up?
So I like to refresh my life after the end of the shift and just get everything that crazy happened, just like let it go.
Get it out of
Because there's like
get it out of the system.
There's some people. I had a couple give a foot massage at the bar
No.
one time. Yeah.
What are their names? Randy and Allison Kloss.
Wait,
no.
They wanted you to give them a
No,
foot
they
massage?
were. So I was cleaning. I was cleaning one time. This was like at the beginning of my bartending, and I was cleaning because they will all tell you Nick loves to clean. When he's cleaning, you just let him clean.
Let it go.
Yeah. So I'm cleaning, and then like they're having this like, ooh, you like that? And I'm just like, this is weird. Let me not look
Oh,
up,
God.
because maybe they're just like gonna make out. Because a lot of people do come in and they just get very affectionate with tequila. And then I look up and they're just like still sitting apart from each other, and I'm like, this is weird. Is he holding her hand? And then I see her foot in his lap, and I'm like, I just froze. I just like walked away. Told everybody else, like, look at this really quick. Look at this really quick. Did I see that? And they're doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, hey, guys,
Yeah.
you gotta have your shoes on in an establishment.
It's probably one of those like
Sorry.
weird foot fetish meetups, maybe, right?
It was, but it was the fact that like they weren't the only people in the restaurant.
Right. Yeah, do that somewhere else.
It's weird. Yeah.
Do you guys have any code words when you like lingo that you guys would use for each other, whether it's waitresses or bartenders, to like be like, oh, they're, this guy's got a booger in his nose, or this girl's cute, or
Spicy chicken to the line.
spicy chicken to the line? That means
yeah,
it.
spicy chicken to the line is a big one, because me and Logan, another bartender, we both worked at Chipotle, and at Chipotle that was
the way to say
that
it.
was the way
Yeah.
to say it.
Yeah.
So you'll hear spicy chicken to the line every now and then.
I forget. When I was a kid, I worked at McDonald's. That was my first ever job. And we had something, I can't remember it either. Like if there was a hot chick at the
Yeah.
register.
Yeah.
And then everyone would stop and just peek out to look.
Yeah. Everyone. We don't have a lot of code words. It's kind of just
Spicy
you see
chicken.
it. If you see us whispering with each other or
Yeah.
someone go out of their way, we're talking about somebody.
Gotcha.
A lot of the time, we see a lot of things on the floor, people at tables,
Yeah.
things across the street. It's a lot that we could be talking about.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I want some examples of those.
Give me the weirdest thing.
I just
the
like hearing
weirdest
examples.
So
'cause-
here's the weirdest thing. It's the highlight of my moments there when I was a server. Right there, you know where the booths are in front of the windows. Like 2 of my tables are turning facing out the window and being like, "Oh my gosh!" And I'm just like, "Hey guys, are you good? Anything I can get for you?" And she's like, the husband was like, "Um, I don't know about us, but they definitely are good." And I look out the window, and across the street is the Hyatt. And someone on like the 3rd floor didn't close their window.
No
way.
way.
Yeah, and they were
Going at it.
having a great old
Wow.
time. And like everyone in our restaurant was kind of like, huh.
Yeah.
You know, staring. People start coming over, like, what's happening? Oh. So yeah, we get a lot of little things that
Live
could just
action,
be
yeah.
popping up.
Yeah.
You know.
How about how do you guys determine it whether somebody's had too many drinks? Like, what's your questioning or testing to say, all right, enough's enough?
We usually just kind of go ahead and turn them down. Like, hey, how about you drink a water for me? Let's grab a water first, and then we'll
And
talk
then-
about it. Yeah?
Yeah.
I know I'm a bit busy. Give me a second. Let me grab a water first.
Delay. Yeah.
What are we doing next? Yeah, we're gonna hang out afterwards, right? You're gonna stay here and chill with me for a bit? Sweet. That's great. Yeah, you want this drink. Gotcha. Make a
Just
virgin.
keep. Yeah.
If
yeah.
need be, make a virgin. If not, make sure how are you getting home? Are you getting an Uber? Are you upstairs?
Yeah.
Just delay the time to where they're coherent to walk, because sometimes especially if they're alone, sometimes they're in groups.
Yeah.
It's easier when they're in groups. But we've had people, the tequila hits differently for everybody. One of our strongest drinks is a stirred cocktail called the El Defe. Defe's got Fernet and cherry hearing and tequila. And yeah, it's a strong cocktail.
Really?
Yeah, it's really good.
Almost like a Long Island, but for Koa. Sure.
Sure. Yeah, different. Well, so all the
Yeah,
on
just
our
totally
menus.
different ingredients.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally different
Very
ingredients.
similar, but completely.
Similar in the sense that it's a bunch of different
It's a
alcohol.
drink in a glass.
But there is no mixers. It's just all
Yeah.
alcohol. So this lady loves it. Little short, petite, like 5'1"
Mhm.
lady. We're having a great contact.
60 years old.
No, not even. No, she was younger. She was like probably mid-30s. They were coming back from a gala.
Her name was Brittany.
Brittany
last name was
Actually,
Queen.
no. We haven't got Brittany yet. We haven't. We take shots, but we haven't gotten that far. But this lady had 3 of them in the course of that like 45 minutes she was there with her friends, and I was just like, "Wow, you want another one?" And she was like, "Yeah, it's really, really good." And I'm
Oh,
like,
man.
"Okay." And she seemed totally fine. Her friends were like, "Okay, let's go to the next spot." She said, "Sure," swiveled on the bar and face planted. Like they
Oh,
caught her,
no.
but I was like, "Whoa."
Dang.
She was like, "I think."
Stay kind of
Yeah.
She's like, "I think I've had too much."
too much.
Oh
Oh,
my gosh.
gosh.
It was oof. Yeah, so sometimes it hits people differently. You know, you think they're fine, they say they're fine, they get up and they start
They're not.
wobbling, and you're
Right.
like, "Oh, let's have a quick sit down."
The giving them a virgin move is interesting because
Yeah.
I never even considered that you would just think to do that. But
Even
it's
if,
smart.
especially if it's a if they're drinking the Koa, is it easy to
You can hide that.
kind of hide that? Yeah, especially a lot of our cocktails, especially the margs, you can't tell the tequila anyway. We'll have a lot of people be like, there's no tequila in this. I'm like, "Yes, ma'am, there is about 2 ounces of tequila. It's
Yeah.
the glass would be short."
But secretly, there might not be if
only-
it's their 15th one of the night.
Yeah. It will. I mean, if you tasted it, you would know it's not. It doesn't have alcohol in it.
Yeah.
But it's just something to keep them like hydrated, give them something, and waste time
Mhm.
so they can figure out, or we can figure out, because we will help you order an Uber easily.
Yeah.
Unless you live in Charleston, then you're going upstairs.
What about like giving a little extra in each drink?
Mm.
You know how sometimes you go to a place and one bartender it's like feels like 3/4 of a shot, and then another
Yeah.
place it's like
So
1.5.
all of our cocktails are going to taste the same bartender
matter
or
what.
bartender.
Yeah,
because
that's nice.
we are trained to follow that recipe. It's not kind of like, oh, I know how to make a Long Island, and I kind of just report, and they kind of report, so someone's a little bit different. No, we make sure everything is the same because that consistency is what brings people back.
Right.
Yeah, and plus, you don't want to just come when this person's working. Oh, that person's not working today. Never mind, we'll come back tomorrow. We don't want that.
Yeah. What have you had any Karens, or like who's your rudest customer that you can think of? Not naming the name, but like what did they do or how they treat you?
Oof. Yeah, I've had a lot. I've had a lot. I have two examples. The one was a group of people that came in. They were in town for some reason, and they were like, "Can we have champagne?" And I was like, "Oh, sorry, friends, we don't have champagne, but I do have a cough." And they're like, "No champagne." Well, can I have a white wine? And I'm like, "Sure, which type would you like? We have about one of each. Give me this." And I get a wine glass, and our wine glasses don't have stems. And they got upset with me because I was serving them a white wine that did not have a stem. And I was like, "Oh," and then they saw a margarita go by, and they're like, "Oh, do you guys have margaritas?" I'm like, "Yes, ma'am. We have like best margaritas in the city. Would you like one?" You check on the menu right there. And she's like, "Do you use this brand of lime juice?" I was like, no, ma'am. We squeeze everything in fresh in-house daily. Like we squeeze the lime juices, so we don't buy a brand. And she's like, "You don't use this brand?" It's like, "No, ma'am. The juices we use, everything is
From a
made
line.
in-house.
Yeah.
It's fresh. So no brands on the orange juice and whatnot." I can't believe this. I don't think I can. I don't believe what kind of restaurant is this? What are you guys doing? And then they got upset and they like, give us a second. And I'm like, okay. Then it's like, we're just gonna go. And they left.
No way.
They just bounced.
Just because of that.
Yeah, just because of that. And I was like,
Because
this
you
is
freshly
very-
squeeze your
Yeah,
limes.
we have no champagne. We don't use this certain brand of lime juice. I've never heard of that brand of lime juice. Yeah. So that was one. The second one, a lady like pushed me to my limits. They came in, had a great time. There was a walk for cancer at Riverwalk. They went to that. They came back, drank way more than they needed to, and when you get a little loud, because a lot of people get loud, our restaurant's very, very loud. I'll be like, "Hey guys, you're at a 10 for me. Can you come back to like a 5? Or you're at 8. Can you come back like down to a 4?" And that spirals from me telling her to just bring the volume down to I told her to shut up.
You told her to shut up?
Yeah, that I told her to shut up, that I was being very rude and disrespectful, and I told her she needs to leave the restaurant immediately, and didn't care if she beat cancer, and I hope she die, and it just escalated.
way.
It
You
escalated.
lost it.
So I was
No,
just
he didn't say
there.
that.
I didn't say any of
he
that.
didn't say it.
You didn't say that.
He just told her to
She
be
just-
quiet. and
I
she
just said, "Can you bring it down?" And she kept.
I thought you said I hope you die.
She did. She's told my manager. She was like, "He said this, and he was going on like this," and
Oh God.
she knew my name. She knew my name, and she was like, your name is Nick, right? Your name is Nick." And the bartender I was working with, and he was like, "Actually, no, I'm Nick." And she's like, "You're Nick, right? You've been nothing but great. You're amazing. I'm gonna leave an amazing review about you. What's your name?" He's like, that's such and such. And she was like, "Oh, get your manager." And the manager came up and handled it. And I was like in the back, like about to cry. I was like, "Yo, I cannot handle. I have never had someone come at me like that before."
Right.
So it was rough, but it was.
Yeah, because you guys are therapists at some level too. Like you got the rude customers, but then you got the people that want to talk your ear off,
Yes.
tell you stories, solve their
I
problems.
know a lot of things about a lot of people's lives.
Yeah.
It's just gonna
Well-
never see them again, probably.
Well, I guess to that point, like what's your favorite customer? Like what would be a person where you're like, this is a like the
Several.
vibe, the energy,
I have several. There's a lot of people that come in and understand and respect. Okay, this guy's at work. I love hanging with him. We're going to have conversations. I'll tell him a little bit about what's going on in my life. I'll ask about what's going on in his life. But at the same time, I'm not offended that I don't get to sit in front of him, or he's not taking care of me, or I have to wait on a drink.
yeah.
They're just there for a good time,
Mhm.
a good vibe. Thanks for helping me out. And, they give a little, take a little. It's nice.
Nice.
So then to the kind of to that side of it, what's the biggest tip you've ever got?
I think I've easily pulled two, but it's a group thing. So we all we
Or
all
like
share.
individual tip, I guess. Like is
Uh,
that, you know how sometimes you'll see on Instagram somebody had a
yeah,
$4 coffee and they put $200 on it.
yeah. Well, we've definitely done two. I want to say we've done five before.
5,000?
500.
Oh,
A $500
A
tip.
$500 tip?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's wild.
It's kind of hard to remember. In the moment, you're like, yeah, but at the end of it, you're kind of just like blur.
Yeah.
A few days later, this probably was a regular or from a big party.
Yeah.
We do a lot of parties.
Like group party stuff?
Mm-hmm.
That's so I guess to that, like, do you guys like when a group of people come in? Say there's a group of guys dressed in all denim, possibly wearing wigs, good energy. Is that like when you see those guys coming in? Is that
How
fun?
many is it?
Probably like 4 to 6, 4 to 8.
Let's go. Let's have a great time.
Because there can be too many, right?
Yeah, it's too many.
Or too loud.
It can be too many. Let's say it's 12. You come in. We're already the bar is not empty, or you decide not to fully set the bar. That's the only thing sometimes when it's like good energy, but you're taking up more space.
Right.
It's just common courtesy for our servers and everyone else in the restaurant. Like, you want to chill with me? Chill with me. If not, like chill with them. But we can't in between. But if you have good energy, it's a bunch of you. Come on in. We'll take care of you.
And then, what's the most appropriate way to flag down a bartender? Like, is this okay, or is it just like stare?
If you put your hand up,
you're out of there.
you can put your hand up. You can put your hand up and just be like, "Oh, excuse me." Say excuse me if you know our name.
Okay.
Say our name, like, hey, or just, hey, call us down. Do not whistle. Do not snap. Do not clap. Yeah, none of that. If you just put
What
your hand
about wink?
up,
What if they look at you and wink?
Or just heavy eye contact, just staring.
if you stare, I will get concerned and I will come over and check on you. I have done that before, and then it was like, actually, sorry, I was just in deep thought. And I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, cool. I will be the little thrown off by that, but yeah, definitely. But yeah, call out to us. Just don't do those 3 things, and we'll be great.
Okay.
And I want to bring up the appearance side of it too, because
Mhm.
you always you're very clean. You can tell that you work on your look quite a bit. And then when you came in, you have 2 buttons undone or 3 buttons?
2.
2, yeah.
Only 2?
Which in my
It's
opinion
'cause
is
it's
the
Wednesday.
appropriate amount though. Yeah, it would be
Yeah.
3 on a Saturday, but 2 on a Wednesday.
Exactly.
What are you seeing in the fashion world? Because you said earlier that people buttoned up all the way is weird, which I agree.
For me,
I
sometimes
agree with.
it depends, and you guys are in polos, so it's not that bad. Oh, it's
All
different.
right, I'm gonna go 1 down just to feel it. Just lets everybody
feel it.
feel that. Now that I'm getting a little bit buffer, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it feels. Yeah, so
Relax.
2.
There's chest hair though.
Yes.
Yeah, let's talk about that too then. So you
You
have
think-
some chest hair,
You let it loose a little.
but it looks like you shave it down to the bottom of the second button.
No, actually, no. This is
That's
kind
natural?
of that's just
Natural
natural
fade.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a
No,
natty
but-
fade in there.
All right. So this is for everyone. When they come in, I do get comments on chest hair and how much you can see. It's like
In a good way or bad
in
way?
a good way.
Really?
People love it. They
People
love
love
a
it.
good
Mhm.
bit of
Yeah,
chest hair.
I've been thinking about growing it out. For so long it was just every totally
Matt, it
shaved
was-
was so
Mhm.
in, and
I
then
don't-
all of a sudden,
I don't know if it was ever because he'd go stubble. No, he
Stubble.
yeah. I've seen stubble on this guy.
no, it's not purposely stubble.
Did you go you were razoring, right?
No.
Oh.
Well, I did get waxed when I was younger. I got waxed.
Where's this going?
Oh, it
Waxed.
was.
Where is this
Don't go
thing
waxed.
going?
Hurts so- well, it's because if you shave your chest, then it comes back as stubbly. It's hard to
Pokes through your
hard to
shirt.
keep- yeah, it's just-
sandpaper.
it's hard to just keep it. Otherwise you're shaving every 2 days or 3 days.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean that's like
It's a
a,
whole-
a
This will be
divergence.
gone
I'm just
sometimes
talking
for
more
days.
chest. I'm just talking more chest hair because I used to have it and then I was told that's just not right.
It depends on everybody.
Yeah.
Everyone's a little different. If you're
Well, his
unwinding
kind-
with a drink,
His kind of did this. Like if this is the shirt, his kind of did this.
And it
Oh, it was a-
rolled over a little
Yeah, it
bit.
was like a
Oh.
roll.
trimming.
Yeah, that's the
I-
thing.
I
You gotta
mean, I
fade
think-
it down.
I mean, because I
need to
don't.
fade.
You don't have the
I'm
natural
about to
fade.
say,
Do I need
I
a
don't-
barber?
I'll come over and get that faded for you.
We'll give you.
I know what
We'll
I'm
give you
doing.
some heads for your shaver, so you can.
Yeah, that might be my move.
Because I would say I don't think that's sanitary for restaurants.
Right,
You
that-
well,
like
I was
if it's
curious
You have to have a
about that.
chest hair net,
yeah,
maybe. That would maybe
or
the-
yeah, and I'd make you button
like
it up.
fishnet.
I would
Button
just say
up,
like, can
yeah.
you just button that up a little bit?
Yeah,
Nice.
I mean, 3 would be fun though. When you go 3, is it like
Pretty-
Saturday night? You have, and here's why I'm asking, because we've had at Orange Theory, there was always these people who they would do their warm up in their like sweats and a full
Mhm.
t-shirt, but then as soon as 9 minutes hits, and he was usually the coach, 9 minutes hits, and boom, they take off whatever item, and then you
Yeah.
know they're
Reveal.
getting serious. So if I'm sitting at your bar, I feel like, all right, I just saw your third button.
Go down.
Things are getting real serious.
Or I'm
Yep.
just in a good mood.
Yep.
But you're also not gonna see it because we do have aprons. So like, if this is undone, you're not gonna notice because I got that apron on. But it'll look great up here
Yeah.
above the apron.
Yep.
So I'm like, yeah.
Flaring that
Yeah,
out.
that's good.
Yeah.
Nice. Randy's worn 3 chains too, necklaces.
At the same time.
Yeah. Yes.
How's that?
I love that he said at the same time. Yes.
So that's another thing
That's
about
a whole
me.
other.
You'll know how happy or sad or how my mood is by how much jewelry I'm wearing.
Ah, I see. I get that.
You
So
see a
wait,
lot of
I
bracelets.
understand
more
that.
jewelry,
Yeah.
happier or less happy?
Happier.
Yes.
really?
I
Yeah, I'm
agree.
like in a really good mood,
Yeah.
and I'm like everything's
Oh.
going well. Like today is going well. I just didn't find the bracelet I wanted to wear,
Okay.
but I'll have bracelets. I'll have a necklace, just
Maybe a couple. If you're really happy, 2
No,
chains.
because it's like
You don't
one
go
is-
more than 2.
No, because it's distracting,
That's
and then like one's gonna overlap, and it's like
Yeah,
wait,
they
it's
were all
messy.
mixed up.
It's messy.
Yeah, I'll do the earrings. I'll do clips. I mean, like, yeah.
Yep.
So I get that, but maybe one bracelets.
Yeah, I might have to
bracelets are
diversify
good.
my jewelry.
Yeah,
He needs
There
more.
you go.
You do need some bracelets.
I,
You-
I
you
used
wearing
to
a
have a
watch?
leather. I used to have a leather, big like leather one.
There
that
you
I
go.
wore.
Yeah.
because I have like necklace wise, I have the black and silver. I have the gold. So those go with which outfits, and then the type of jewelry I wear with it. Like I'm wearing gold rings today. I'm wearing silver rings, black
Yep.
rings.
Yep.
Same with my earrings. So I mean,
Did you,
Okay.
yeah.
did you ever have the ones that had like a shark tooth or something on it, and they were closer?
Okay, back when I was like,
Middle school.
yeah,
Yeah.
Randy still.
No,
busts
I
this
don't
out
have
every
it,
so-
but I'm
Well,
I'm
he's
thinking.
thinking about adding it.
I wore it long enough ago that it needs to be coming back into style at some point.
I mean, if no, you would definitely look like a tourist. I'm like, maybe do it and go to a beach or something.
Where'd you get that Myrtle Beach?
Right. That's what I was thinking. They weed you out in a second.
My last question, back in the bartending world, has there been any major safety issues that you've been concerned about? I mean, I guess at Koa's, again, probably not a lot of, but I know some bars that you see on Instagram where things just get wild.
Like roof? Are you talking about roofies?
Roofies.
Ah.
I'm talking roofies,
Bar
fights, people jumping over the bar, anything like that.
We had a person come back there, try to come back and take a picture at the bar one time, and they slipped. But that was about it.
Okay.
No roofies. No. We keep a good eye
Watching for that.
watching
yeah.
for that. When you come to sit at the bar, majority of the time we're gonna have a conversation with you. We're gonna try to talk. We all like talking. Majority of us like talking on most days. So, and even if not, you're sitting at our bar. You're our responsibility. We want you to have a good time, a good experience. So we are keeping an eye on that. Especially, we do have a lot of people that always meet people when they come. So they might be by themselves and they're going to start interacting with another person. And we do look out because this person might be a regular. I don't know that person, but we do watch out for that. No, not a lot. Not a crazy doesn't happen
Good.
there, thankfully. A lot
Yeah.
of people are sometimes they come off intimidated or very unknowledgeable because it is a lot of tequila.
Right.
We have a lot of people, especially on a busy weekend, you'll have, you don't have this type of vodka? You don't have this bourbon? Can you do this? It's like,
Right.
where is all that? We do have it. It's just not on our wall. Our wall is all agave based.
Gotcha.
So usually people come in, especially if they're sitting at the bar, that's kind of their focus is there's a lot. This is pretty. What do I do?
Yep.
So thankfully not a lot.
Nice.
That
That's-
crazy.
And then tell us, kind of on our closing note, I like to ask, what do you like to do in Colombia?
So much. I love Colombia. I am a big walker, so you'll see me walking or riding. I love that we have the blue bikes because I'll get on those and just ride around town sometimes.
Scootering.
I haven't brought my scooter back out, you know,
Are you a
honestly.
power walker? I could see you literally
Yeah.
pumping the arms.
Yeah, not fully arms. I just walk fast.
Okay.
I will be at the art museum, see me at the zoo, Riverwalk. I love going to like Transmission after work because that's one of the. I miss the wig. So
What's Transmission? Is that another-
Transmission Arcade on Main Street.
I never even. Is that new?
No, it's been there for like 2 years.
Oh,
It's really cool. It's a arcade bar.
sweet.
So it's kind of like what's the spot in 5 Points that has all the pinball machines?
I passed it yesterday.
Mm,
Yeah, I know it. I never can remember the name of it in the moment, but
Bank
it's
shot.
Bang Back.
Bang back.
Yeah, it's like Bang Back, but it's just closer to me. So I love heading there. You'll see me dancing at the Woody, drinking at Hendrix, lounging at Bourbon and the Lounge.
So, like a day in your life, though, you're waking up. What time?
Totally not healthy, but like 6:37.
A.M.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll get a workout in, most likely go to the studio.
Do some dance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or either rehearsing for myself or teaching. Then I'm at work at 2. Like today, I'm going to be at work and then I'm going to go teach and then I'll come back. That's pretty much it. Once you're at work, you're at work.
Gotcha.
I slide in some stuff afterwards. I don't get many days off. I might have a Saturday morning
Mhm.
or a Sunday morning or night, but that's about it.
Sweet.
And then anyone who you think we should have on our podcast, that's really cool.
Ooh, that's really cool. There's so many people. I don't know who you had already. I've been busy and doing so much in the world as Audie Bustle, who's a
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She was supposed to come on.
What is she?
She was
She's
running.
She's city council
yeah.
now.
Oh, yeah.
All around city council.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
when she was running. Yeah.
She's pretty cool person that I can think of. There's my goodness. If I knew that, I would have a list.
Well,
Why
now
not?
that now that you've made it on Columbia's hottest podcast, you just now when you're at the bar, you just let people know.
Yeah,
that
definitely.
You could gather some names.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
See if we
definitely.
can-
And I'm just send them your way because we do have a lot of cool people that come in. Like one of my favorite regulars, and I totally like geeked out when I met him, was David Efron,
David Efron.
Zac Efron's father.
He lives here.
No, he's just came in for work. If he comes in
Randy's
to work.
obsessed with Zac Efron.
No,
yes,
Yeah.
you
I mean,
are.
I'm not obsessed with him, but I do try to do his hairstyles as often
Oh,
as I
see,
can.
no,
there
he
you
had a
go.
whole phase where he was becoming.
There was a
Zac
phase where
Efron.
I liked
This
his
is
style.
Really?
Yeah.
about 12 years ago.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Yeah.
different. That's,
Yeah, I
that's
was way younger.
That was valid. That was valid-ish then. Valid-ish.
All right.
But yeah, no, I've.
How'd you know it was his
So-
dad?
Well,
He
no, but why?
told me.
So you probably like Zac Efron quite a bit, though.
Oh,
then,
definitely.
Too.
I've
Yeah.
freaking- I've
Yeah, no, I
exactly.
like him. I'm
Yeah.
not like Randy was
He's one of my-
obsessed.
No, but
first-
Nick's really into him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was one of my first bar customers, and I
Wow,
made him a
that's-
drink, and he took a picture with his girlfriend at the time, and COVID happened and whatnot, and then he came back, and he's like,
Wow.
"I'm pretty sure I had you," and I remember having that moment because I got he looked familiar,
Yeah.
and so when I got I looked at his name, I was like, David Efron, I knew that, and I went in the bathroom and I Googled, and I was like, "Oh my gosh."
Wow.
I freaked out.
Wow.
That's cool.
Then he came back after COVID and he was like, "Yeah, I took this picture of us." And he had the picture and everything. And he's like, "Yeah, I've been trying to get Zach to come over here because you guys are like
Mhm.
awesome." And
That'd be
I'm like,
great.
Is he as good looking as Zach?
different in a different way. It's
Older.
different. Well, it's not that. His like facial structure is a little bit different. Zach has a lot of his mom in him, I'm guessing. Because you wouldn't know like that looks like
Looking at him?
yeah.
Interesting.
Until he said it.
Well,
Nice.
tell
Alright.
everyone where they can find you and where you want them to find you.
Oh,
I'm sure your DMs are just blowing up constantly.
sometimes, and I apologize for not getting back to you because
Mhm.
I do get like once 2:00 hits, I'm most likely, yeah, you're not gonna hear from me. Maybe for the next few days, but yeah, hit me up on Instagram. I am definitely journaling on there a lot. Definitely, most likely looking at tequilas or checking on the restaurant. Definitely come in and see me at Koa. If not, check all local shows. I be on stage. Midsummer Night's Dream coming up on April 28th. I will be doing Live on Lincoln with the Columbia Rep Company. I think that is also in April, the weekend before. If not, I'll be at COA
Boom.
Monday, Wednesday through Saturday. You won't find me on Tuesday, and we're closed on Sunday.
Sweet.
Sweet. All right. Well, we
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Of
Thanks for being
course.
on.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Here
We're here for the health of it.
for the health of it.